Let's keep the conversation going as there was drama at the Lagos State House of Assembly on Monday morning as members woke up to a strange occurrence of men of the Department of State Services barricading the offices of some of the principal officers, including the Speaker. The situation almost degenerated as the lawmakers decided to move into the chamber to conduct the day's business, even with the security operatives occupying the chamber. The legislators prevailed, conducted their plenary, condemned what they described as the invasion of their allowed chamber and called on higher authorities to investigate the matter. Arise News Chief Correspondent Tokumbo Oyetunji has the details.
A house of drama that aptly describes the situation here at the Lagos House of Assembly on Monday morning. Members and staff wake up to find armed strangers in their midst, their mission unclear to all. Shortly, the Speaker joins our colleagues at a waiting area within the premises. They deliberate. They then decide to ignore the armed security personnel barricading the offices of principal officers, including that of the Speaker and the Assembly chamber. It is tough, but they are determined and are joined by supportive members of staff of the Assembly as they gain entrance into the chamber. Some call on God for intervention, but still a hurdle to cross, getting the Speaker in. Finally, she's in, and the day's business begins in earnest with a matter of urgent public importance raised by Kehinde Joseph, Limosho Constituency 1.
They are persuaded the House of the Assembly. You don't know what really happens. So what we saw this morning, it surprised us. And some of the members that are even having health challenges, some of them are going to, they are just one of them to hospital, honorable ensure. And we are not of others to see people with weapons in the chamber. This is the Lagos State House of Assembly, as a former standard of excellence. Whatever the situation, whatever the problems, I don't know if you come to this
More of his colleagues join him to condemn the invasion of the Assembly premises and call for an investigative action.
What we see today, I don't know what we are going to tell us today. That's, we have to force ourselves to our own chamber. And I knew that all our elders, all our leaders that stood for the Lawmakers will not be happy seeing what we saw today.
Only to find that they do not want us to see what is our saying for the DSS to say we cannot see that people again, that we cannot have a voice. What is our saying? Is it a sin for us to elect a defense officer? We need to know. Those again saying they are things.
Then, the other business of the day, a vote of confidence on Speaker Mojisola Miranda.
I move the motion to say that we do pass a vote of confidence on Right Honorable Mojisola Miranda. Our Speaker.
Motion carried. Emotional Miranda hits the gavel and the House erupts in jubilation. House adjourns.
This House stands adjourned to say
It is an indefinite adjournment. Where does the House go from here? Will Lagos' first female speaker return to her seat, or she has just had the last hit of the gavel? We certainly need more time to get the answers. Tokumbo Oyetunji, Arise News, Lagos.
Well, for more discussions on Monday's disruption of activities at the Lagos State House of Assembly following the festering crisis sparked by the removal of Mudashiru Obasa and the need for critical stakeholders in the state to resolve the lingering crisis. We're now joined by Rise News analyst Dayo Sobowale. Good afternoon, Mr. Sobowale. Many thanks for joining us.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure being here as usual.
Your initial take on that very dramatic report?
Seeing the scene now, I think I have a better grasp of what really happened. But from the news reports, you can see there's a lot of speculation, disinformation going on. What is apparent and what is obvious is that DSS men came there. Yep. But if you scan the bits and pieces of information, they did not just fall down in a parachute to the place. They were invited by the acting clerk of the house. So I think, you see, legislative houses or political institutions should be wary before they bring in the security apparatus into any crisis they have. That is what you have seen now. They came in and they barricaded the offices, so they did not allow people to enter. That was not what they were invited for. You get me? The letter stated that it was an official letter, detailed, and this is in many newspapers. Said that they were invited because they had rumor that the outgoing speaker was going to come to the house by force that day, and they need security people to allow them do what they eventually did. So you can see there is a communication problem. But given the nature and the importance of the house in Lagos State and in Nigerian politics, a lot has been interpreted into it. Even this day wrote an editorial on it today. I think the fear of people is that security people should not be involved in political disputes or affairs. I stand by that. Let's leave it like that.
Mr. Sobowale, I'm really excited to have this conversation with you because you are a proud and bold Lagosian, right?
Okay.
What are the implications, in your own opinion, of what we saw transpiring yesterday? You've already said that, this is an important house for the state, for the nation. What are the implications of what we see going on? Seems like a back and forth, and I don't want to put words into your mouth, but your analysis, what will this cause?
Yes, I hope you will not put me in trouble, but I will tell you the facts the way I see it. Given the fact that the president at the center is a product of this place, and people still believe it's still the person dictating the pace of events. And then there are some structures around the continuity that he built into the structures in Lagos. You have I would call it an elders forum or governing council. Those ones have come to say they do not have a hand in what is happening. But you see, given the relationship of the former speaker now, and the length of time he has spent in office, it is assumed in some quarters that if the president did not approve of his removal, it would not have been removed in the first instance. But then, seeing what is happening now, it may seem as if that may not be the case. Maybe the event is playing out itself. It's a power tussle between the new set of people in charge now and the former speaker. You look at the way the last session was postponed indefinitely. Now, why do you have to act on rumors? That letter from the acting clerk of the house to the security forces was uncalled for. You get me? And then look at another implication. You asked me for implications.
Yes,
so
yes.
The commissioner of police of Lagos State was removed yesterday and replaced. And some security aides to the governor were removed yesterday. You can read between the lines. They may not be unconnected. So that's why I said you are in an era of disinformation and misinformation. And of course, the political opposition has seized upon it and have made their own interpretation, accusing the president of fomenting trouble in the state, while he started trouble for the rest of the country. That's the political implication. But you see, it is a drama that is unfolding. And if I want to be merciful to them, I will say there is some communication problem. But then you can say it is politics at play. It is an era of change. And change does not come like music being conducted by a conductor. It takes, we say, a change management. It is an aberration, an oxymoron. Because change respects nobody, it takes its part. Though there is some change going on in Lagos State. So you can read many meanings into it.
A lot of meanings indeed, Mr. Sobowale. I'm just wondering how you think this crisis, if you see it as one, has exposed the limitations of one-party dominance in Lagos State and what the implications might be for democratic checks and balances.
Well, I won't say Lagos is a one-party state, but it is a dominantly one-party state.
Okay.
Because you have Labour. Labour has intruded in many ways. It used to be, before it used to be PDP, APC, but later you have Labour people inside there now. So, I won't say, you see, Lagos was never a one-party state. You get me? It was always between, you see, the old core political parties in Lagos were SCNC Action Group. SCNC led by Nnamdi Azikiwe, AG, the last of their leaders, just died, Agadibanjo. That's one of our heroes. But you see, SCNC has always found a holding foot in Lagos State. Get me? And that is why if you go to Surulere, you see many streets having Igbo names for a long time, since colonial times. It was because Igbos were in the city council then, NCNC. You had Yoruba leaders from Lagos like Tos Benson, who were always fighting against Awolowo. You see, nowadays, it will seem Tinubu is the modern Awolowo of our time. But then some people are resisting that. But then, it's at the center. So we see what happens.
We'll see what happens. It's certainly going to continue to unfold. This is only the beginning, dare I say, of what is about to transpire, more developments in Lagos State. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Dayo Sobowale. It's always a pleasure to be in conversation with you.